Number 2, should I be taking herbal meds or supplements? So I'm not in a position to talk about herbal meds as such. I don't think I've ever taken any myself, and particularly not for MEN1. Supplements, on the other hand, I do have a place to talk about those. Again, a bit like with diet, there's not a lot of research or evidence around supplements and the effect on MEN1, i.e. gland secretion and hormone production. The only thing I've ever been recommended by a doctor is to keep my vitamin D up, because in this country we have weather such as we have today, which is absolutely disgusting, and we tend to very rarely see the sun. And we know that obviously producing natural calcium is super important for our bone density. And in order to do that, we have to have decent vitamin D. So I think the NHS recommends taking vitamin D throughout the winter months. Personally, I take it throughout the summer months as well. And I know when I'm unwell, I up my vitamin D. And if it's the winter, I sometimes up my vitamin D as well. Checking that obviously with my gut specialist. But vitamin D is super important. So if you're going to take a supplement, look into that one first. There are some other supplements which have been discussed within MEN1 communities. Magnesium is meant to be very helpful on so many different levels. I'm not in a place to recommend them specifically. I think if you're going to look into supplements, just ask around, ask what people find helps. It's very different. It's very individual, a bit like diet. I don't think that you can hand out a sheet to every single MEN1 patient with a list of supplements on them and a load of things to eat, and that it's going to suit everyone. I really, really don't think that's the case. This is where it can help to work with a specialist in gut health, because they have knowledge, they can do certain kinds of tests and things that don't get done regularly on the NHS, or sometimes even just in conventional medicine in general. However, that is not accessible or available to everyone. So I would ask around. There are some kind of medics out there who are sharing about, what is generally good for a general population. If you DM me, I can give you the names of those people to follow. And likewise, if you have any concerns around specific supplements, I'd definitely be happy to talk about that. But yeah, the question is, should I be taking herbal meds or supplements? That's a personal choice. It's not a case of should I or shouldn't I. And there's very little, if you are someone who likes evidence, there's very little evidence behind it anyway at the moment, on a kind of from where the conventional medics are looking. There's more coming in on the kind of alternative holistic side. I will shout one disclaimer to this, and I say it to everybody: before you go and buy a load of expensive supplements from Holland Barrett, wherever, it's not all about the supplements and what you're putting inside your body. You have to look at what's going on internally as well. So someone could produce a supplement tomorrow and say this, if you take it for a month, will bring down your calcium, or it might have an effect on gland secretion somewhere. Even if that were the case, I genuinely believe, and I've experienced, if you were to take that supplement for a month but you hadn't looked at what's going on inside, I mean your emotions, I mean your beliefs, I mean your thoughts, that supplement isn't gonna scratch the surface, because internally that's more important. So if you're not able to digest that properly, the effects are going to be null. So yeah, one disclaimer, absolutely go out there and look at supplements if you want to. Don't feel pressured. It's not essential. And really anything diet, supplement related has to be done, I believe, on top of a decent amount of inner work as well.